Hey guys, welcome back to Krystal Klear Ideas, where we are diligently planning towards success. And in this video, we are going to complete our DIY fold out goals page. I am so excited to do this, you guys, because I decided that I did not want to wait too long to do that. If you did not get an opportunity to see how I put the DIY fold out page together, I am actually going to link that video right here in the flowers. And I'm also going to pull out one page of my wax paper just because I think that I may need it for a few things that I have going on. So what I am going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be writing in all of my goals. So you will get an opportunity to see me do that. I will also be completing my cover and the back page. And then I also left 2 blank pages here for some other goals that I wanted to write in, and I decided what I wanted to put down, and so I am going to do that as well. I decided that I'm going to actually fill everything in, and then at the end of this video, after you guys watch me put it all together, I will talk you through it. You guys, it is so important to put your goals down. I actually did not do that last year, and I'm hoping that me getting an opportunity to do this year will change the state of affairs as far as which goals I was able to accomplish and which ones I did not. And I just want to get into the habit of creating a fold out or creating something to document my goals so that I'll have something in my planner that I can look back on, as well as having action steps to help me to accomplish the goals that I want to accomplish this year. So I hope this is inspirational. I hope you guys enjoy it, and we're going to dive right in. Before we do though, I did want to let you guys know that I did find my alphabet stickers that I want to use on my fold out. If you got an opportunity to watch my other video, you may have heard me mention that I wanted to get some stickers that were going to be similar to this rose gold for the washi that I actually use, which is a Simply Gilded washi. And I went to my local Hobby Lobby and I found these Paper Studio alphabet stickers. They had a 50% off sale and I paid about $3 for these. And I am so excited because I feel like they're going to be the perfect size. I feel like it's going to fit perfectly, and I'm going to be able to finagle it in a way that is going to be beneficial, and I can go ahead and decorate my cover. And so I'm going to use my wax paper to do that. You'll get an opportunity to see how I get that together, and then I will stick my letters down for what I'm going to have on the front and the back of my fold out. So let's dive right in. Alright guys, so I am so excited to get an opportunity to share my complete DIY goals fold out with you, all filled in. First of all, I love the rose gold. I think that it turned out so cute. The letters actually are very thick, and so I feel like it's going to be an excellent addition. And I was able to find these rose gold florals from the Farmhouse sticker book, which made it pop even more. I actually love it. I wanted to put an apostrophe S here, but I did not like the way it turned out, so I decided just to leave it as Krystal DIY Goals for 2020. And I think it turned out pretty good. Also on the back, I put "You Got This," and I still pulled some extra stickers from the Farmhouse sticker book, and I really like it. I have these two quotes: "Life is lovely, life takes time," just to continuously remind myself that these goals are not going to happen overnight. These goals are going to be things that I'm going to have to constantly work at, and I don't want to get discouraged if I'm not able to achieve one of them, but the plan is to go ahead and make plans to complete all of these goals. And so I wanted to make sure that I encourage myself by saying "You got this," and that even if I don't achieve all of the goals that I have planned to achieve, that it does take time. One thing that I really loved about this fold out sheet is that I was able to be minimal by placing only 3 goals down and actually taking a look at some of the action steps that I would actually use to accomplish each goal. So, for example, business and work. And what I did is I separated it. Each goal was a focus on one of the avenues of business and work. So I do work part-time, and I wanted to work on my productivity measures. At my job, we do have productivity measures, or actual things that we focus on that will determine whether we are being productive at work. And I want to be a little better at focusing on those things. So I wanted to track my adherence, which is what ADH stands for. And that means pretty much following my schedule that I have set in place. If I am following my schedule, then my adherence would be awesome. I normally don't have an issue with that, but it is something that is tracked for me, but I don't really pay that close attention to. So I want to stay on top of that a little bit more. I also want to be on time for work. I am the type of person who always crams so many things into my day, and next thing you know, I'm running late or I'm rushing to get to my destination. I want to be better with that. On time to me should be 10 to 15 minutes before my shift actually begins, and so I want to make sure that I work on that. And then lastly, one of the other action steps would be to chart my handle time, which means I would keep track of all of the time that is taking me to handle certain things, and that will help me with my productivity at my part-time job. I also want to promote LuxCleverCrafts on Etsy, and LuxCleverCrafts is actually my sticker shop, my Etsy shop. It opened last year in April, and I co-own it with my sister-in-law, Rena Rocks, here on YouTube. And I wanted to do that by making sure that I always keep business contact cards on me for the business. These are little contact cards that promote the business. They have stickers on them. We actually create these in the shop, but I want to keep some of the business contact cards on me so that whenever I am on the way to an event, or if I meet someone, or even in my planner, I would be able to have some of those contact cards handy so that I'm able to promote LuxCleverCrafts. Also, I wanted to make sure that I direct people to my Etsy shop so that they would be able to make purchases on Etsy. If they get an opportunity to see stickers that I'm using and they request or ask where I am getting them from, I want to be able to direct them right to my shop. And I also want to track business expenses. I would like to do this not only to keep up with the amount of money that I'm spending on Etsy, but also the amount of money that I'm making on Etsy. And I feel like getting an opportunity to hone in or focus in on my shop will help me to be more successful in my sales, in my designs, and in my productivity when it comes to the shop. And then lastly, I want to be intentional with my YouTube channel. I want to create and implement a new schedule, which I already have, which is 2 days a week, 2 videos a week. And I put that here, 2 videos a week. And when I say that I want to implement a new schedule, I really want to focus on the time that the videos are posting. I want to be consistent with that. I also want to upgrade my thumbnails so that they can look a little more professional, a little more polished, and that I can actually have them all look in a way that I approve of or that I love, and they can kind of be more cohesive when it comes to my channel branding. And then also I would like to update my intro and outro to my videos, which I know is going to take time to look the way that I want it to look, but I have to get started on that, baby steps. And I love that I got an opportunity to write down some questions that I can ask myself so that I can keep track with if I am actually achieving my goals. Am I directing people to my Etsy shop? Am I working hard to be present at work? And when I say present at work, I mean mentally as well, because you could physically be there and your mind be all over the place, which usually is what happens to me. Am I consistent with my schedule? And that's my YouTube schedule and my schedule for work. Also, financial goals. I would like to save $12,000, or we, my husband and I, would like to save $12,000 this year, and that's combined savings because we do have multiple types of savings. I also want to keep up with the bills and expenses and track them, and I believe that my yearly tracking system is going to work well for that. And I want to be intentional with my spending and with what I purchase. And so I have these questions down here that I would like to ask myself. Alright guys, so I wanted to share these questions that I have listed here on my financial section. These are questions that I actually want to ask myself before I make a purchase. It says, is it a necessity? Does it work in harmony with my goals? Will this purchase cause me to make sacrifices elsewhere? And so this is very important because I want to make sure that I ask myself those questions, and depending on the answers to those questions, then that will determine whether the purchase is actually going to be made or not, and if I'm able to say that I'm being intentional with my spending by making those purchases, especially if I have to make sacrifices elsewhere. And so I really appreciate getting an opportunity to sit down and come up with these action steps, and even some of these self-examining questions like on my business and work section and my financial section, so that I can actually promote the thought process before making a purchase. And this really is going to help me to combat my impulsive nature at times. That's the goal anyway. Alright, so in my personal and my spiritual section, I do have 3 goals here for personal growth, get to know those within my congregation, and productivity. For growth, I am working on communication, so I definitely want to think about what I say before I say it. And another aspect of communication that I want to do is to compliment more. I definitely know that at times complimenting individuals is something that I always want to do, but I don't get an opportunity to do it on a regular basis. Maybe send them a card, maybe send them a text, maybe just tell them in person. And we are so busy, life moves so fast, and sometimes if you don't say, hey, I appreciate what you did, thank you so much, then it's an afterthought. And I want to do better at complimenting individuals more, because I really want people to feel like I appreciate them while they're here, and I want to be appreciated. And so that's a goal that I have. Also, my fitness goal. I definitely have fallen off the wagon when it comes to my fitness. I haven't had an opportunity to really work out on a regular basis at all really last year. And so I want to get better at eating clean, and I want to get back to my regular exercise routine. And so that's something that I am actively working on slowly but surely. Also, getting to know those in my congregation, and I want to do that by hosting a Sunday brunch once a month at my home. I love brunch. I recently did a pancake bar at a Sunday brunch, which is on my Pinterest board. So if you're following me on Pinterest, then you'll see the pancake bar post there. But I really enjoyed it. I love brunch, but I also like lunch. So I like getting an opportunity to do a mix, maybe once a month, getting a chance to invite new individuals so that I can kind of get to know them better. And eating a meal with someone and getting an opportunity to intimately converse with them is a great way to get to know them. I also want to work with them in the ministry. In my ministry, I want to get an opportunity to invite new ones to work with me. When I say new ones, that means individuals that I may not know very well, so that I can get to know them. And then also I want to make sure that I rotate individuals within my Bible study schedule so that I can get to know individuals that way as well. Last section in my personal is productivity. And I want to make sure that I am being productive in all aspects of life. And I noticed that my morning and night routines are the worst times for me for when it comes to productivity and getting things done. So I want to revamp my morning routine, also revamp my night routine, and then I want to do a habit tracker or some way that I could utilize to track the routines that I have in place so that I will be able to make sure that the routines are actually working for me and that I'm getting them done. Spiritually, I always have spiritual goals, and some of the goals stay the same every year, but it's good to just go ahead and write them down. I definitely want to stay on top of my Bible reading. I do read the Bible every day, and that's my goal. So I want to be consistent, even if it's just a few verses or a chapter. I want to read aloud or listen to the audio of the Bible reading. And so this would actually be at a time when maybe I'm tired or I have not had an opportunity to get it in. That would still be a motivator for me, and it switches it up. And then I also want to make my Bible reading come to life. That way it's more enjoyable for me. I already enjoy it, and I'm a visual person, and so putting those two things together just makes it stellar. And when I really enjoy something, I try hard not to miss it, and so that is the goal with these goals. Second thing is my personal Bible study. I want to make sure that I'm doing it every week and I'm consistent. I do set aside time to do my personal Bible study or my personal Bible research once a week. And one way that I'm going to be implementing that a little bit better is by implementing the Power Hour. The Power Hour is actually an idea that I got from Shay Budgets, and she actually talks about it a little bit on her Instagram, especially on her Instagram stories, where she actually puts her phone on Do Not Disturb, closes off all communication via social media and interruptions, and she sits down and she works for an hour straight and tries to get done as many things as she can within that hour. It's the same mentality that I have for the Power Hour, but I want to do that when it comes to my personal Bible study in that time so that I can set it aside, make sure that there are no interruptions, and that everything that I want to accomplish gets done within that hour. And who knows, when you're really enjoying something, you may just go over a little bit, but at least you could set a timer, something of that nature, just to make sure that you're getting it in and that you are focused and your attention is not divided. And then I also want to document my research. I do have 3 notebooks that I actually utilize for my faith planning. And with my faith planning in those 3 notebooks, I have one for my personal study, one for notes, and then I also have one for my personal Bible research. And I want to make sure that whatever I'm doing for my personal Bible study, I'm actually going ahead and writing those things down and documenting them so that it can stay with me a little bit longer since I'm visual, and so that I can look back on those things in the future or later on. Okay, and last but not least is my travel goals. So with travel, I do have 3 trips that are coming up that I wanted to document. Of course, my girls trip, that's going to be in September of this year. We are going to keep it low-key and go to Charlotte, North Carolina. So I wanted to go ahead and document that. I also have a goal of attending 4 planner events this year. The first or biggest one of all being Go Wild, which will be in California. And so my husband and I are going to do that trip together for California. We'll be there for about a week, and I am super excited about that. And then also we love cruising, and so we've tried to make sure that we get a cruise in there once a year. And so cruising to Aruba is something that we will actually do this year, and that's going to be later on in the year. And so we'll be able to drive down to Florida and get on our cruise ship going to Aruba. Now, if you are a subscriber, if you have been following me for quite a while, you may remember that we did go to Aruba last year. I enjoyed it so much, and I definitely wanted to go again, even back to back. So some of the other locations that we will be going to are different, but Aruba is the one that stays the same and the one that I really enjoyed, and I wanted to do some extra things there when I go this time. So that is a travel goal of ours. And of course, most importantly, hopefully, we'll get an opportunity to have all of our traveling goals paid off by the middle of the year. So you guys, I wanted to show you guys my fold out. I am loving it. At the back, I put, "You got this." I love the way it turned out. You guys, I am so excited about being able to document my action steps, ways that I am planning on being intentional with my goals so that I can achieve them. I hope that this video actually helped you to decide some of the goals that you have, that you want to set, and to think about the action steps that you plan to take in order to accomplish and achieve those goals. That was the whole point of me sharing my do-it-yourself fold out goal sheet with you guys, just so that you can see how I'm going to be tracking, how I'm going to be implementing, and how I'm going to be actually utilizing my action steps to make sure that I am successful with all of my goals. So you guys, I think that it turned out really, really great. I am so excited to slap this into my planner, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up. Make sure that you comment down below. Let me know what you think about some of the goals that I've set, and even if you had some suggestions of some goals that I can add to my little blank page here. I did kind of have an idea of what I wanted to go here, but I've changed my mind since then, and so I'm going to leave it blank in case something else pops up. Or maybe what I could do is actually document some of my milestones, or some of the events that will help me, that will demonstrate, or pictures that will help me demonstrate that the goals have been met. So I think that would be a great idea, just to have a page where I can kind of reflect on some of the goals that I had this year, maybe toward the end. And I can't wait to share with you guys how this works for me, as far as if I was successful in creating my goals and making sure that I achieve my goals, and if the action steps were actually wonderful in helping me to achieve those. So make sure you stay tuned and you are subscribed to my channel so that you won't miss another upload from me. Make sure you comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.